Welcome to Check It Up with Jessica Lee. My guest today is Kristen Linehan, Senior Director of Engineering at BMC Software.
Great. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thanks, Jessica, for having me. And yes, I work for BMC. BMC is a global company that is a multi-cloud management company. So maybe you've seen our tagline, but essentially what that means is we deliver a set of products to help IT operations manage their infrastructure and service needs. So whether that's making sure that you've got a strong, reliable infrastructure and platform for service delivery, as well as trying to do things faster, better, cheaper to keep up with the changing technology needs, cloud migrations, and dynamic business needs that are changing in today's environment. And I specifically work for the TrueSight product line. So TrueSight essentially stands for end-to-end environment visibility, and we build a set of products that focus on performance, cost, and security for IT operations users.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who are your customers?
We've got global customers, anywhere from large banks to manufacturing firms to grocery stores to school districts.
Okay.
So anybody with IT infrastructure requirements can benefit from BMC products.
So there's a category that is called ITSM. Is that what you're saying?
Digital service management is absolutely a core component of what the IT service management or digital service management is a core component of what BMC does. And TrueSight is a part of digital service operations, which is essentially ensuring that there's a reliable platform for those services to run on. So BMC has a portfolio of products, and IT service management and digital service operations are core parts of that.
Got it. The management part and then the operations part. Okay.
Yeah.
And you are a very technical woman. You're the senior director of engineering. So tell us about your engineering background, maybe the whole team that you manage.
Yeah, I think I've got a really fun role, so I would love to tell you about it. So I am in the engineering department, and I run a team that we call Platinum Engineering.
Okay.
And it's essentially the field-facing arm of our engineering organization.
Okay.
And so I've got a global team of solution architects that are responsible for working with our top customers and helping drive solution adoption, either solve technical challenges or find creative solutions to business requirements that they have, making sure that they're successful with our products, and then bringing that back into the R&D and development organization for feedback and continuous improvement in the future. So I would say my role, and I'll tell you about my background in a second, but my role is a really fun blend between customer success, working with tons of different customers. I get to travel, talk to customers every day, understand what business problems they're trying to solve, what value our product brings. But then also, so I get to be involved with the requirements definition or problem statement, but then we also get to see that life cycle through until actual implementation and resolution. And to see a customer go into production, solve a business problem with our product, and then solidify the value that it brings is a really exciting part of the entire life cycle. So as a part of we call Platinum Engineering, it's a unique opportunity within a technology organization to actually see your product out in the customer environment, because you don't always get that bridging between developing and making the product, but then also seeing the value that it can create. So that's a neat position to be in.
So that means that you're also working with the clients to somehow come up with new innovations, right? This is like new solutions or customer experiences that may not be available as off-the-shelf, kind of custom solutions.
Sometimes everybody's got different considerations or different challenges they're trying to solve with our product, maybe. Because if you think about managing an IT operations environment, you are talking about anything from your iPad to your data center to your phones. Digital requirements are everywhere, and customers are trying to do different things and make sure that there's a constant change and need to do things faster and quicker and better, like I said earlier. And so there's always a new consideration or requirement that we're called to give some recommendations around. And we work very closely with our field-facing teams, so consulting, and I have a background in customer success, so I think that's why this is a fun role for me to be the customer success arm of a product organization and help bridge. So and help bridge the assistance and the consulting expertise from the field back into the product organization. So I've had many different roles in my career, all within IT and all customer facing. So when I started my career, I was installing desktop applications for a global bank, and I was fresh out of college. They handed me a script. I'd go on site, and I really wasn't allowed to do anything until I phoned home, and then they gave me the next set of instructions. But it was consulting, it was in traveling and understanding, just getting comfortable with different business environments. And I've spent time in project management, I've spent time in consulting delivery, I've spent time in marketing, I've spent time in sales. At BMC, I ran our global support organization for the TrueSight product line, and now to bring that back into the engineering organization it's exciting for me to have had that experience and also be able to understand at a deeper level really what customers are trying to do and help bridge that back into the product organization.
Many customers and the projects you're doing, what are the trends you're seeing? What are the market drivers?
Yeah, that's a good question. So there's a couple of them that quickly come to mind. First of all, the cloud. Everybody's talking about the cloud. And at one time, it was cloud first. How do I get to the cloud? How do I get to the cloud as quick as possible? And now what we're seeing is it's cloud smart. So what business problems am I really going to solve by moving to the cloud? And how should I proceed in a manner that makes the most sense given the application requirements? And so being cloud smart and moving things into a cloud environment in a phased manner is certainly a trend. But then also machine learning and analytics. So everybody's talking about analytics and artificial intelligence or AI ops, and how do I do things? How do I leverage the power of machine learning to improve my business? So that's another big trend. But that's also another thing where it requires some discipline and strategy to know what you're looking for, not just to gather all big data together, but to understand what you could do faster and better within in analytics, leveraging analytics. Then also security. Security is a huge priority for our customers today, and I'd probably close that loop with automation. So once we've identified a solution, how can we automate it so that I can free up my resources to do something that is more value add to the business rather than just remediate and solve problems? So I'd say those are probably some of the big trends. Those are probably some of the big trends that we hear from our customers.
Okay. Kristen, so given your responsibilities and exposure to so many clients, what are your successes and achievements that you're proud of?
Yeah, so that's a good question. Thanks for asking me that. There's a lot of things that I'm really excited to have had the opportunity to do in my career, and having seen so many different parts of the organization and being able to lead so many different teams. It has been something that I'm excited about and an achievement. So for example, when I ran our support organization, we were responsible for successfully maintaining $200 million of maintenance business and assisting customers when they called in with questions. And we were also building a new global service center at the same time. So we had a service center in India, we're building a service center in Mexico, and we were able to sustain that growth, train new people without impacting our service delivery, and that was exciting. And in my current role, anytime a customer of ours is able to go meet a production target, solve a business problem, realize a return on investment that they set out to do, that's a really exciting achievement that I feel proud of when I know that my team's been a part of it. And just last week, so it's very good timing, just last week, one of our very strategic customers made a decision to extend their relationship with our product and our organization for 3 years, resulting in a $25 million deal win for BMC, and it was directly related to the assistance and guidance from my team. So that was exciting as well.
Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you. That's good. It was really a result of a collaborative team effort, but it's those wins that when we have a customer that is excited about the value of our products and feels the partnership from BMC, that we can all celebrate together. And another thing that I want to share with you that I'm excited about is, even if I just look back on the team I have now, I've had it for a year, and I was explaining to you earlier, Platinum Engineering. When I took it on, it was really known of as more of a break-fix organization. Okay. So something that, I had a team of some of the smartest, most solution-oriented resources across our product line, but we were very reactive, firefighting, almost like, that whack-a-mole game where you're just trying to answer whichever direction whoever is screaming the loudest. And in some extent, you have to do that in order to address the needs from a global customer base. You have to do some of that. But through a series of a series of focused initiatives and really intentional decisions, we've been able to still do some of that, but shift it and be more proactive and kind of shape our actions into. We're now folding my team directly into the protect and grow, a customer protect and grow strategy, which is one of our core strategies across our entire business. And at our president level, yes, he now sees my team as directly critical to his business strategy. And it's because we've been able to reset a vision and kind of retrain the field a little bit and how they can engage with us, how we can prioritize some of our top customers, how we can also look at reusable solutions. So a lot of, if we do something once or twice, then third time's probably by the time we do something a third time, we know we've got to get a reusable solution for it, maybe build a utility or an acceleration solution and get the knowledge out of some of our technical resources heads and out into the field so that we can be more scalable and then free up some of our time to focus on partnering better. So now the sales team sees my team as a business partner that they can work with, yes, rather than only a support, escalation, break fix company organization. And we do both. I definitely do reactive, but we're also doing a lot of proactive, and now we're seen as a core protect and grow component of our strategy as we look at partnering better and helping customers be successful with our solutions. So that's been a fun evolution and a fun journey to be on too.
Well, I was thinking when you said TrueSight as a monitoring system, then if you are monitoring customers' operations, you will be in a position to notice something could happen, that you could be proactive because of the data that you see. Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And that's a huge piece of, there is a proactive monitoring, looking at trends and trying to predict when something meets, goes above a reasonable threshold or a risk threshold. Right. And that is absolutely a core value of what our product can do. And that's really, if you're working for an organization that's not being proactive yet, you should. There are tools out there that let you do that, TrueSight being one of them, but that is a key pice of IT operations, is trying to get proactive.
All right. Let's talk about diversity and inclusion a bit, being a woman in tech. And I was wondering about your thoughts and what's your experience been, how the progress has been, and what else do we need to do?
Yeah. So right now, to give you a little bit of context, I told you for this product line in the engineering organization, there's 398 members of our engineering group. There are, of those, 7 are either senior directors or VPs. And of those 7, I am the only woman. So there is not that many. there is an opportunity for sure for more women in leadership in technology. And it's something that BMC is committed to growing through mentoring, through looking for women that have looking for opportunity and skill set within women and helping them to cultivate it and grow it and follow their passion. So that's something that BMC is very passionate about, and I'm very passionate about. But it is an area I'd love to see more women out there in IT leadership, because I think that there is something that fantastic about the complementary skill set that a diverse group will bring to the table when you're making decisions, when you're sharing ideas, and the most rounded and balanced decision you can get, the better, and the better your business outcome is going to be.
What else did you realize about yourself, the challenges of being a woman in tech?
So something, maybe you'll kind of laugh about this, that I realized about myself, and in talking with other women, I think it's a common trait, in fact I know it's a common trait, is stereotypically women are really good at nurturing and making sure, stereotypically, women want to make sure people are taken care of. Mm-hmm. So that means there's certain things within a work environment that women might, I found myself volunteering for because that's the way my brain worked. And unfortunately, some of those are administrative things. So things like figuring out where we're going to get lunch in a big meeting and going to organize it, or things like taking notes and making sure everybody has clear awareness of their responsibility. And I had to realize that even though I might do a good job at those things, that I had to be very careful not to label myself or to be always known as the one who would do those things, and I had to stop it.
Yes.
And identify, maybe give a suggestion, and identify someone else that could do it, male or female. It doesn't matter. There's plenty of people that are good at that kind of thing, and just because I was the one thinking about it and I want everybody to have a delicious lunch at the best farm fresh meal around or organic meal around, there's other people that can do that just as much. And
delegate.
I also, really, I need to protect my time. I like to help people, and it's nice if somebody comes to you with a problem to say yes and help them. And I had to reprogram my brain a little bit to say, the best thing I can do in the role that I have is protect my priorities, delegate where I can, give people advice, but don't take on that task, and just give some guidance and protect myself against that. So I had to realize that was a tendency that I had, and be aware of it, and then start to give recommendations or delegate, but not take on that responsibility just so that I could help. And so that's something I would advise other women as well, to be aware of that tendency and protect and delegate as much as you can. Okay,
one more challenge or advice you have for women.
Yeah, so I want to encourage women to be excited about the value that they bring. And I say this because I have found for myself that sometimes I'm intimidated easily, or I don't feel confident about my voice. And especially in a boardroom environment, when you're with a group of male leaders, male or female, for sure, but in a traditionally male environment, there can be a lot of competitive talkers. And sometimes what I do is I sit back and I'm quiet, and I have an opinion on the conversation, but I'm a little bit nervous to share it, for either one, because I think that whoever's speaking will probably come to that realization themselves, or maybe their opinion is somehow more valuable than mine. And I have had to tell myself, and I encourage anybody watching this to tell yourself this also, that your opinion matters, your voice matters. Be assertive, even if it means getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, because the decision-making process will be better with your opinion in it, and your opinion matters, and celebrate that value that you can bring to a conversation, and don't just quell it, but celebrate it and be assertive. So that's something that I'm still learning, but I definitely encourage women to do that.
No, that's good. I agree with you on that. Be assertive, be confident. You have been very successful in your career. You're now a very senior director of an engineering role. That's a significant role. So, you have what it takes. You voiced your opinion in meetings. I think that's great. Okay. So what's next? What's exciting ahead? What initiatives are you doing you want to share with us?
Yeah, so BMC, our TrueSight product line is embarking on a new architecture, and we're about to launch this summer a next generation architecture built on microservices, containerized delivery, a big data backend with Cassandra, and it is just a really exciting, scalable, and updated architecture and infrastructure for the TrueSight platform. That's launching in September, or actually it's launching this summer, and we're going to have a phased rollout over the next couple quarters. So that's something that my team's heavily involved with. I'm super excited about it, about helping our beta customers through it, sharing that feedback back into our continuous development process, and making sure that we have a successful rollout. So that's pretty exciting.
Okay.
It's pretty exciting on our roadmap as well.
So does that mean that existing customers will eventually take on this new product that you're releasing?
We will help them with migrations, but yeah, we hope when the timing is right, we want to help them do that. Yeah.
Okay.
But if for anybody using TrueSight right now, we've got migration plans to help you. So don't worry, it's all good.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Kristen, for coming here and being on the show. I know you flew in here, so I appreciate you being here.
Yeah, no, my pleasure. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. Take It Up with Jessica Lee.